All right, y'all. So you can see that things are a lot different where
Yeah.
I'm at. But if you have watched the program,
And it's a
let's see, where's
nice,
the camera
nice and
at? It's
green.
so nice.
And it's nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Yes.
it's
I'll
nice.
tell you, nice. It
Yeah.
really,
And it's about to rain.
nah.
Yeah,
And
man.
it don't even look like that.
Yeah, man. So if
Mm.
y'all watched the Grown and Married program yesterday, you saw Simone and I were out here. So I figured, man, let me try this again. I don't I don't have a problem with the box, but at the same time, if I can be outside, because I love outside, that's the move for me. So we trying it to see if the audio works well and all of that,
Mm-hmm.
because I can't do it if it doesn't sound good. So we're just going to try it out this time and see what happens, y'all. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, y'all can see New Questament. Y'all were waiting for us last week, but Quest was doing something really important.
Yeah, man. I
Um,
was with the fam, man. And we were celebrating marriage too.
Word up.
Yeah.
So we don't talk about it. We be being about it, though.
No doubt. No doubt.
Word up. So, yeah. So for those of you joining us for the very first time, I don't even know which way to point now because I don't ever do this with my cell phone. I'm using the cell phone this time. Yeah, the dude over there with the hat on, with the buck 20 on it, Designs, I think it is. Yeah, he's Quest. I call him New Questament sometimes. And yeah, I'm me. Yeah, I'm Dave. So that's where I'm at. Okay. So I'm over there. It's a little different, but I'm
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yeah. In there.
So yeah, man. So when it sounds like we know what we're talking about, it's because we are going live with the audio, and we're going to get underway. So I'll say one or two of the things that I've already said to you all once the audio starts, so people aren't confused about why it sounds a certain way. And yeah, we'll get what we got to do done and let y'all go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know when you're ready to go, and
I'm
we'll
ready.
get it. We'll get it popping. So here's the thing: you're not going to hear the audio this time, Quest.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to have to look at me, right?
Yep. Yep. I got you.
So when I get down to the one, I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1.
Yep.
You know,
I don't
when I
get
get
my
down,
I
when
don't
I
get
get
my
down to one, you get to,
Mhm.
just gotta say it.
I gotta wait till post to listen to the music. Cause I love the music.
Yeah, because I walked away.
Oh,
I
okay, yeah.
walked away, and
Okay.
I didn't set it up to do the automatic thing.
I ain't
So
mad. New season. Let's get it.
yeah, so that's where
Let's
that
get it.
is.
Let's get it.
All right, y'all. So Quest, quiet on the set.
Mm-hmm. Yep. What up? What up? What up? It's your boy Quest. Welcome to another edition of the Thank. Oh, see, I almost did it. The Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast. I am your host with the most, Quest, alongside my man, my my man, L. David Harris.
Get on the mic.
NMC. Yeah, you
What up,
already.
though?
Let me tell you something. Oh, you already know. You got to ring. I was waiting on the bell. Yep, class is in
Session.
Yeah, you already know, man. For real, for real, for real. Shouts out to everybody. Thank you so much for being with us. Like, for real, while I was away last week, here's the funny thing, D. We almost got a chance to do the show, but I also realized that it was reset time.
Priority.
Yeah. And it's funny because this week's video that I dropped was it just exactly on that resetting, hitting the reset button. And sometimes, like, for real, you got to put everything down. We spend so much time working week after week, and we doing our podcast and doing this. And, like, for real, for the most part, I would say 52 weeks out of the year, we're probably somewhere in between somewhere in between 48 and 50. You know what I'm saying? And I'm being gracious. But out of 52 weeks to the year, like, for real, we do close to 52 shows every week. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we just got to put some things down to hit the reset button, man. So, man, I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody for holding this down, for real, and just waiting until this week where we can get back on, man. But, man, it's a lot to share today, man. So, yeah, let me just, you know what I'm saying, get into a couple of things before and go ahead and pay our bills, man, before we go ahead and get started, because there's a lot that we got to discuss today. But more than anything else, man, I just want to give a quick shout out to Breathe University. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then then you will be successful. Like for real, guys, there's a number of different things available at Breathe University. But yeah, man, if you guys really want to become a part of the family of learners and learning, let me just put it to you, man, that like for real, there's a number of different things that we're doing. Number one, at the top of this year, there will be the Phenomenal Life Jamaica 2019. Which I'll be out there. I'll get to see you. And that's only in a couple of weeks. And by the way, there's still a handful of spots open. It's almost sold out. So if you want to be there, like for real, go to it's phenomenallifejamaica.com. Yep. Go by there. Or you can go by etinspires.com. Let me tell y'all something.
Yeah.
The numbers are growing. And I realized the climate, the temperature of our financial climate, relational climate, and there are a couple of other things, D, like for real, the world is just in a real strange place right now.
True indeed.
And when I say strange, it's in a place that, but nonetheless, we're supposed to occupy until the day that he comes. You feel me? And so in doing so, you want support. You want to be a part of a family of learners and learning, if you will, not just a program, like for real. I know a lot of people, if you're anything like me, you're not looking for another program. You're looking for a family of people who will give you constant accountability in order for you to grow, whether it be through phone calls, constant conversations, and we have that and so much more. So if you want more information, man, like for real, I ain't gonna long-wind you out. Go to breatheuniversity.com. Events are coming up this year. I know that we're about to start having some of these assessment conferences coming up this summer. And trust me, you want to be a part of it. You want to know how you are, who you are, and how you're wired. Trust me, you want to be a part of this organization. So yeah, www.breatheuniversity.com. Yep.
Beautiful stuff, man.
Yep.
Yeah. So this program is brought to you by Audible. Get your 30-day free trial and your free download of an audiobook.
Yep.
At www.audibletrial.com/marriage with more than 180,000 titles from which to choose for your Android, Kindle, iPhone, or other kind of MP3 player. Yep. And we'd like for you to recommend a book, an audio book.
Yep.
So the rest of us can, know what might be fun for us to listen to. And some stuff is edifying, some stuff is educational, some is just enjoyable. So just share something with us and let us know what it is. Come back to the feed, type it in, and let us know.
Yeah.
And for those of you listening, trying to figure out why I sound different, you're not watching. It's because I'm outside.
Yeah.
Doing it a bit different. Man. Got
and
the camera.
So I'm just saying that what you got on right there is my uniform. That's what I rock.
Yeah, I saw that.
The V-neck. That's my uniform. I told you. Anytime summertime here, a V-neck and a fly pair of shorts, fly pair of kicks, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. That's my uniform. That's my uniform. So yeah, I'm envious right now because I just came from there. And man, D, only a couple more years of this, and I got to go down to Florida. I know Faith ain't gonna be ready to move to the islands just yet, but don't worry.
Let's go.
She keep putting up with what we putting up in terms of what's going on in this country right now. She gonna be ready to go. So yeah, man.
I'm gonna let that ride. I'm not even gonna.
Don't even. We just gonna let that ride. Strictly good vibes today.
Yes.
But if we had to name this episode, D, I think I would name it Immerse Yourself.
Yeah, man. True indeed.
Yep. How to get to phenomenal in your marriage.
Yes.
You know what I always say, especially at the end of the videos, I'm always saying two things. One thing that I say is make the rest of your marriage the best of your marriage, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And then the second part of that is I don't care where you are in the spectrum. If you're trying to make the rest of your marriage the best of your marriage, and I don't care where you are, shaky to good, good to great, ultimately what we want is phenomenal. Nobody, you, me, nobody got married for it to be lackluster. We want Jay and Bay, if you will. You know what I'm saying? We want whatever the ultimate thing is of marriage in all areas. We want phenomenal. But we also realize that phenomenal don't just happen. There's some things that you got to do in order to get to phenomenal. And in order to do some of those things, none of them are easy.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to say it one more time. In order to get anything, or let me just say this, anything worth having is worth going through something for it. And if you want to get to phenomenal, none of that's going to be easy to get to phenomenal. So you're going to have to go through some things. And it's funny. I'm gonna show it to him, D. I'm gonna share it here for those that are gonna watch it. But
okay,
you know how sometimes we're always trying to teach our kids, you know what I'm saying, stuff. I realize that sometimes we learn just as much from our children as they do learning from us. And I saw Nico this week, man, and D. Man, I'm almost in tears because of how proud I'm talking about tears of joy because Nico is naturally a flamingo. And while we were on vacation, although it was a whole bunch of good stuff, even like he wanted to go jet skiing. So I took him out on the jet skis. We were out there for maybe about 5 minutes. And he was like, Daddy, I don't like this. It's too bouncy. Maybe he'll like it later on, but at least he was willing to try it. You know what I'm saying? So I took him back to the shore and his mother came down, met him, and she sat there with him while I was finished riding the jet skis. But I wanted to show everybody this, D. Let me just look at this real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't tell him to do it. He just, can you see it? I'm saying, did you just see my man?
Yeah, man. Limbo.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
On his own. I don't see nobody prodding him.
Okay. So that's one part. That's one, right? Check out the other joint. Wait, hold on. It's about 45 seconds. Yeah, look. Yeah. Man, when I say, yeah, here we go. Check. Can you see it, D?
Yeah, man. I can see all your business too.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Numbers and everything.
Hold on. That's not that's not the one we want. I wanted to where
Go ahead, double click it, man.
Yeah.
Open it up.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Look at my man. Look at my man.
I feel like I lost 2 kilos already.
You see him at the back there?
Yeah.
You don't know anything about me. I'm about my family and my
As a matter of fact, if you hear fake, well, I'll tell you in the beginning. Look at your boy. Look at your boy. Yeah, all right, so I'm just going to leave it right there, D. So you see him from limbo to dance class. And it's so dope. My wife is the one that's recording this. And if you hear her, like, you know, in the background, she's saying, if y'all know anything about me, I'm all about family and friends. And she was like, by far, this is the best thing that I've seen on this trip.
Word.
Because my man fully immersed himself in the vacation. As a matter of fact, and he went over there without anybody even asking him to. He just was like, yo, I like that. I want to try that. Let me get in.
Yeah.
In the end, the whole family, his grandparents, me and Faith, Mason ended up going over there. Aunts, cousins, everybody ended up joining the dance class with him on the beach, right? Because he joined. 1 Timothy 14 says, immerse yourself in these things and give yourself wholly to them so that people may see your progress. And I'm saying, relative to this topic we got called marriage, D, some of us are not experiencing phenomenal in our marriages because you refuse to fully immerse yourself. And when I say immerse, D, I'm not talking about every little detail. I'm talking about the things that are good, that you're good in. You might not want to have conversations because you're not really a conversationalist, if you will, but your wife is an emotional creature. So you have to engage her, because if you don't, she's going to end up finding her needs for conversation somewhere else. And you don't want that, thereby messing up your road to get to phenomenal. You want phenomenal, but you don't want to go through the process. And what I'm saying is, I'm like, for real, I'm almost in tears thinking about it. And once again, tears of joy, because I watched my son fully immerse himself in his vacation. And he got the best of everything that Mexico or Playa del Carmen had to offer. Good, bad, and indifferent. He didn't like the jet skis, but at least he tried it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying some of us are not experiencing phenomenal in our marriages. As a matter of fact, you haven't even experienced great. You're still in that shaky place because you will not immerse yourself. Russell Brand, remember I showed you this week, he set the internet on fire because he said his wife is better at raising children. And because she's better at raising children, he just doesn't do anything.
That's no bueno, man.
But talk to me, D. Like, for real, just examine that for a minute. What are all the possible scenarios?
Yeah, it's not a task. Marriage is not a task. Marriage is not it's not a project, right? So it's not like whenever you're at work, whether you do project management or you do Scrum, and you decide, like, okay, let me use it like this. So some of our people are professionals, right? Mm-hmm. So project management style says, let's go find the best and the brightest at task A, task B, task C, and on through Z, right? Come on. And that's to determine the success of the team. But the Scrum model says, and it has a task manager or a project manager. But the Scrum model says, done with that business about who does what best. Mm-hmm. Everybody is on the same team. So everybody's going to make this work. Yeah. And so if we were to superimpose that on a marriage, there are strengths, there are weaknesses between the two spouses. Got it. But really and truly, the two of us are on the same team. And so success and failure are predicated upon both of us being fully 2 feet, 2 hands, and everything else in. Not waiting for somebody with this, hyper ability to do X, Y, Z. So let's just let that person do it. Yep. And that's it. Yeah. We are on the same team in every single way.
Yep. Absolutely.
Where success lives.
Yep. I'm kind of reminded as you talk about this, what we do in terms of the DISC assessment, right? Yeah. A lot of the times when people take the assessment, they get to say, I'm a gorilla, or I'm a flamingo, or I'm a chameleon, or I'm a turtle. So you know who you are primarily. But just because I know that I'm a gorilla doesn't dismiss that there's 3 other animals that I have that live within inside of me. So what am I going to do? Concentrate on the gorilla? But keep this in mind. The gorilla is only good for problem solving. What happens when you're dealing with other people, or when you're dealing with pace, or when you're dealing with being cautious? Then what? How am I going to be good in any of those which are necessary for day-to-day living, not only at home, but in the workplace as well? How am I going to be if I don't start at least trying to make some adjustments in those areas? So just like you said before, it's a team effort. So I might not be good in this area, but I'm at least willing to immerse myself in it. And I may not be as good as the person who it comes easy for, but at least I'm a little bit better, a little bit more developed, a little bit more polished than I was before, thereby becoming more of an asset to the team. And it's the same thing in marriage. What, I'm going to sit back and not be organized about anything that I do because my wife is so organized? No.
Crazy. Yeah. It's like my boy Daryl taught me, man, because I'm a classic stereotypical, and I use that word on purpose, advisedly. I used to be a stereotypical New Yorker, right? And y'all can look that up. You can watch a movie and point them out. Oh, he's a New Yorker.
I might still be borderline.
You feel me? So
a stereotypical New Yorker.
And sometimes stereotypical New Yorkers are very difficult to deal with, except for other New Yorkers, because this is how it is. If you don't understand it, do you need me to say it in another language? What else you want me to say? Take it or leave it, right?
That's your problem.
And so what my man taught me, it was years ago, man, in the 90s. He was like, he said, do you want to just speak, or speak so you can be heard.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And like for me, that was me. Like if I'm trying to communicate a point verbally and you don't get it, I'm like, I spoke clearly. I'm very intelligent. I know I said it in the way that normal people should get it. And if you don't get it, whose fault is that? It ain't mine. So, oh well. And what he taught me was, he was like, yo, if people aren't getting it, that means it's your problem. If you have if it's a regular instance where people are not getting it, you're the problem.
Yeah.
And so once I started once I learned that lesson, it's even a little bit frustrating to Simone because she'll tell people one thing and be very clear.
Yeah.
And they for whatever reason may not buy it.
Yeah.
And then I'll come back and say the exact same thing, bro.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, the light is on.
Yeah.
Why? Because Daryl taught me a lesson, speak so you can be heard. And that you superimpose that on marriage. If you're still getting this negative outcome, it doesn't matter how proficient or good you think you are. That means you're the problem. Yeah. 9 times out of 10, we're not making provision for crazy and dysfunction, but just generally speaking, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting. And if it's negative, somebody up in here is insane.
Oh, somebody insane. A friend of mine told me something similar one time too, D. He was like, yo, Quest, I know you about personal growth. That New York thing, he said that thing right there, that Brooklyn thing is only good in Brooklyn. Even in New York, that Brooklyn stuff you do, you can't take that to Queens. That Queens stuff that you do, you can't take to Brooklyn.
Nah.
You can't take it to Staten Island or Manhattan. Like, that's only good there. But if you're trying to be universal, you're going to have to make some adjustments. I'm not saying get rid of your entire swag because it is who you are.
Can't do that.
Or you're going to have to, you're going to have to be able to, if you're trying to reach the 5 boroughs, you're going to have to be able to speak.
Yeah, man. You're going to have to adaptable.
Oh, come on. Yeah. And I'm saying, once again, some of us are not, like, for real, Brooklyn dudes was just like, yo, it's Brooklyn, whatever. Manhattan, like, for real, you go to Manhattan with that fool, or the city. You go to
the city back in the day,
Yeah, come on. You go to the city with that if you want to, and you're going to get brushed. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go to Queens with that if you want to, and you're going to get brushed. You understand what I'm saying? But if I'm trying to be universal, there has to be a universal appeal. I can't operate in me and use me as the measuring stick and then expect that's like me drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die.
Yeah. It's almost like in the acting world where, persons may have, say you have a child actor who, came in the game when he was 2. It's hard for him to grow out of that.
Yeah.
Or if you have an adult actor or actress who, has been the villain in films for 3 films in a row, people are not going to feel them in a romantic whatever because they have been what people call typecast. And what happens to us, using your assessment model,
come on, I love it.
Is that we typecast ourselves.
Oh, come on.
So we say, I'm a gorilla, therefore I cannot move outside of that zone.
Come on, D.
And all I'm really doing is killing the relationship because I have pigeonholed myself to be one person. But all of this personality stuff, this is my area. There's a reason why it's originally called theories of personality, because it's theoretical.
Yep.
It is not mathematics. It's not 1 + 1 = 2.
Absolutely.
And true enough, the real mathematicians know that that's not even always the case, but I won't even get into that.
Yep.
So the point is, you cannot say I am this way and expect that an organic, breathing, growing being is going to be okay by just saying I'm stuck in this little rut and this is just the way it is.
But it contradicts everything that we're supposed to be. If you are next year the same person that you are right now, shame on you.
Shame on me.
Shame on you. Seriously, because now that statement that this is the way that and you married to somebody else and they're evolving and growing and you're not evolving and growing. Okay. All right. Okay. That's the difference. That's the difference now when we do the animal assessments and we talk about who you naturally are and who you are when you're adapting. right?
Yeah.
If you say this is who I am, you're adapting. You're not being fully who you are. And when you do that, you can only do that, but for so long before you start, especially if you're in the context of relationship, you can only do that so long before you drop the straw that breaks the camel's back, and you in that place where you don't want to be. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Yeah, I'm rocking with you 100%. At the end of the day, like for real, good, bad, or indifferent, if you want to grow, there's some things that you're just gonna have to, for real, buckle down and immerse yourself in them.
So why don't we do this, Quest? Why don't we give them 60 seconds? 60 seconds of the good stuff and let them go, man.
Yep.
So if we're going to be successful, and that's an understatement, and we are going to move toward phenomenal. How do we immerse ourselves?
Yep. Change your philosophy. Change your philosophy. Because a lot of the times what we'll do is we'll make adjustments because we hit calamity, and we'll make adjustments just enough to restore some level of normalcy to the relationship. And then you revert back to the same stuff that got you in the position in the first place, because you have not yet changed your philosophy towards that. When you start thinking along the lines of the marriage is so much more important than who I am as an individual, then you have at that point changed your philosophy, and everything that you do so that the marriage will survive. If it means that I must be a conversationalist when I am not normally a conversationalist, I will do that. Why? Because I know that the marriage is so much more important than who I am as an individual. Why? Because God wants to use the marriage to show others that it is doable. It can be done. He was talking to me today. We had about a 20-minute conversation, right? And when Jesus was in the Garden of Gethsemane, and he told them, like, for real, Lord, God, Father, let this cup pass from me, right? But if it can't, what he was talking about was his, what he was talking about was his preferences. I would prefer for this cup to pass me, but for real, not my will, let thy will be done. And some of you live in your life in the marriage, and you live in life on your preferences, and your preferences, if you're in marriage, don't need to be your preferences. Your preferences need to be for the sake of the marriage.
Word up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just take my hands off of that and say, yeah, that's it. That's it. So yeah, welcome back, Quest.
Yeah, good to be back, man.
Yeah, man. So we gonna make moves, and Lord sparing life, we'll holler at y'all next Thursday.
Word up.
Yeah, same bat time, same bat station. I ain't paying.
Yeah, I ain't paying. Peace.
Yeah, all right, y'all. So you see where we see where we at. We got the Quest man back in the room.
Come on.
And, it's been a privilege to run with y'all. And wifey just drove in here. The little boy is up the hill. Yeah. And yeah, look at that. Let me see if we could get it. I'm not gonna move it too crazy, but he up the hill, man.
Is that him right there?
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, I see him. He just moved.
Yeah, man. He pulling some moringa off the tree because that moringa real healthy. So we're gonna get some healthy things going on up in here.
Of course.
So yeah, y'all, I'm about to get going. Like, do what I gotta do, and let the and Quest do what we gotta do.
Have some ready for me when I come next month. Some moringa to take home.
You can't take it home, man. That's your problem. That's your problem, Quest. Hey, you don't understand how it works no more. That's why you got to be here.
That's right. I'm in a business. Putting a Ziploc bag, maybe push it in my clothes.
Nah. All right, y'all. I think this is officially. Yeah, man. Good to see your face, though.
Yes, indeed. Good to see yours.
Yeah, man. So hold fast for me, Quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hold fast for me, and we're gonna cut these people loose. You're gonna see camera 2 still up, but I'm gonna click this off. Holla.
Yeah. Peace.